We've been programmed to believe that we need to consume something right when we wake up or in the first 30 minutes for 60 minutes, otherwise, you're going to have tummy issues. Well, let me clarify some of those misconceptions. So, I'm going to walk you through something I've created right here. This is you. It's 8 a.m. You're waking up, you're hungry, and you're just rushing towards the kitchen, you're rushing towards the fridge to grab something. We've all been told your breakfast should be king size, that the breakfast should be the biggest meal of the day, right? Now, this is what happens when you start consuming multiple times a day. So, every time you eat, and typically that's a carb heavy meal, your glucose levels spike up. Every time your glucose levels spike up, there is insulin that's released into your system to control your blood glucose levels. So you kind of go through an insulin roller coaster every time you're eating, right? Now, what is actually insulin doing? Insulin is asking glucose molecules to enter cells. So these could be muscle cells and liver cells. That's where your blood glucose is stored. Excess blood glucose is stored, apart from circulating in the blood. Now, when you have an insulin roller coaster through the day, what happens? Well, it gets tired and pancreas gets tired. It's because it's having to overwork or chronically work through the day. What it's signaling to the pancreas is maybe I'm not producing enough insulin, maybe I need to produce more. So, more insulin buddies are released into the blood, but they end up working on fewer and fewer glucose molecules because over time, what ends up happening is some of these glucose molecules grow resistant to insulin action. So some of them enter the cells, but some of them just lie around in the blood. And that's what happens when you're constantly consuming meals through the day. You're eating multiple times a day. You're having breakfast, lunch, dinner, and you're having snacks in the middle. So the problem of having multiple times a day is really you're overworking insulin, and over time, you're making your glucose resistant to insulin action, and hence more of the glucose stays in the blood and more of the insulin is circulating in the blood as well.